I think that, like you said, it all goes back to some style. Nobody never really wanted to bother us because we had so many family members and homies, and you know, you got to remember, I had my own set of niggas I was running with. Ghost had his own set of niggas. Just between us two, we might have 50 niggas. So then you got the other members that got they little whatever they got with them. So nah, nobody wasn't really wanting no problems with us, but we was hunting, but we wasn't on no troublemaking shit. We just was just preparing ourselves for war.
I'm gonna tell you something. Jones Beach, I forget the year. DJ Rob Swift, my man from the X-Men, was with Akinelli.
Okay.
I was out there and I had on shorts. It was about a fucking 100 degrees.
Right. You said Jones Beach, right? You said Jones Beach, right?
Yeah, Jones Beach. I saw a yellow school bus come. And out of that school bus came the Wu-Tang Clan. And in that school bus, it must have been 200 niggas in that school bus. And I said, nobody wants a problem with them. No,
I mean,
when I saw 200 of y'all come out, I said, nobody.
Let me ask you a question. If you seen 300 niggas get off the bus, would you want a problem?
I'm not looking for no problems unless I have 400 dudes with me.
There you go. So that's what it is right there. I think you're stupid if you want a problem with 300 motherfuckers. So at that time, we might have just really been so big when it came to the masses of niggas that we had that nobody wanted to bring no issues over there to us, because you got a bunch of niggas that's from out the street that don't got nothing to live for, nothing to lose. All we want to do is be heard on the mic, and that's what it was. So I doubt if anybody wanted any problems at that time, and that pretty much kept everybody in their place when it came to seeing us, because they seen the masses pull up. When you see the masses pull up, I don't give a fuck if you can have 50 niggas with you, but you see 400 niggas pull up, it's a difference. It's like, yo, nigga, let them niggas walk through. We don't want no issues. That's just being smart.
The only mobilization I seen like that is I seen Mobb Deep come real deep to shit at certain times. The final question I ask you about the Wu is, one of my best friends in the world, and I used to have a rap group, and he started out, he was my DJ. His name is Sean C. He was he was a creative consultant on the Wu-Tang series for Hulu. How close was that series to what really took place?
Scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
I say about a 6. It was inspired by a couple of events, but you know, it's a movie. It's rated PG, so you keep it PG. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is, though. But it might have had some inspirations from certain things, though. But you know, it's show business, so y'all know what it is.
When you saw it, what were your thoughts?
When I seen it, it was like I wanted it to be a little bit more Goodfellas style, but you know, like I said, at that time we wasn't in control of it. It was RZA's situation, RZA's whole vision, RZA's world, you know, and that's just what it was. It was like, yo, let him paint his picture, because that's only one side. That's only one side. That's his side. That's what he want to give the world. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm going to give it a 5. I ain't going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay. If you're just tuning in, people, we're talking with Raekwon the Chef every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. I go live on Instagram. I'm thinking about so many questions I got in my head. Every day, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, I go live. I do current events, news, advice, topics, and I give you a chance to go live with me and speak, as well as celebrity interviews like Raekwon the Chef. Right after the Raekwon the Chef get off, stay tuned. We're going to do today's topic, which is who are some of the best MCs of all time in your opinion. Right back to Raekwon, the Purple Tape. You and Ghost will go down as one of the best two-man groups in the history of rap. Ray and Ghost, Mobb Deep, Tribe, Meth and Red, Nice and Smooth, Run DMC, EPMD. You know, just your songs and his songs and you guys together in general. Like, just Daytona 500, Peace to Cats, the Pat Mac, Knowledge, the Street Astrologers, get on the mic, God now. Like, just the flow of that, just the way that you guys did records together, your voice.
Right.
You two together were crazy. How
Thank
did
you.
Ghost wind up being your partner on Cuban Links?
We started vibing heavy when we was making Into the 36 Chambers. You know,
hold on. Yes, CNN was very good. Yes, CNN was very good. I will say that. Yes, CNN was very good. Yes, y'all are part of that as well. Y'all are part of that as well. Capone and Noriega. Yes, y'all are.
For sure.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but me and Ghost started to get close while this, you know, the whole Into the 36 Chambers album was being made. He was from Stapleton, I'm from the Hill. Our neighborhoods never really got along like that. You know, we started to really relate to a lot of shit together. And he was close to RZA at that point. I was close to RZA a couple of years before that. And Ghost started to feel like, yo, I like this nigga. I like this Park Hill nigga right here. You know what I mean? Not
so
like he didn't like, not like he didn't like, huh?
Y'all weren't friends at first.
I mean, we went to school together. You know how it is. You know niggas, but you only know of them. You don't really hang with niggas because y'all from different places. So it was like we learned to respect one another from where we was from. But I think that RZA was the grip of it because he brought us in the room together. So, you know, I spit something, he spit something. Next thing you know, yo, y'all niggas sound good together, whatever. We laughing, we joking. You know, the next thing you know, we started to. I think what really pulled us close is when we did "Can It Be All So Simple," the video. You know, that's when both of our neighborhoods really started to get along a little bit more than the average. And we seen the power that we both had in our neighborhoods. And next thing you know, it was like that record was a smasher. You know, yo, what's up? Yo, you going shopping, right? Yeah, I'm going shopping. Yo, what up? Yo, let's go get fresh together. Let's do, you know, it started from that, just learning to fuck with each other more and more. And the clan started to see that we had a combination. You know, RZA started to see us more, you know, dressing alike, rocking wallabies. You know, Ghost is a big wallaby head. I'm a big wallaby head. Jury, certain little things me and them shared a lot of common respect about. And you know, not only the rhymes, but just the personalities. We would laugh a lot, share the same rooms when we was doubling up on rooms together. Yo, me and Ghost, you know, a lot of talking and shit. We knew the same niggas, did pretty much the same stuff in the street. So the music reflected our lives in the most combination way, you know? So I guess motherfuckers in the crew started to feel like, yo, y'all two niggas. It's something about y'all two niggas. But at that time, me and Ghost was already super close. You know, we didn't have to hang with each other every day to be close, but when we came in the room together, niggas knew that me and him had the same kind of vibe. And I remember Ghost telling me, he was like, yo, before I even really started rhyming the way I was rhyming, you was inspiring me, Chef. I'm like, for real? I'm like, yo, we just really talking about the shit we've been through. But Ghost had like he had a little different style than me. And he always told me like, yo, you my favorite. You my favorite. And I was just amazed by it because we both was doing our thing. I told him, yo, you my favorite rapper in the crew. And he like, nah, nigga, you my favorite rapper. So we just developed a friendship and then went from there.
2 questions. What was your mind state at the time? You know, like where were you living? What were you thinking? And also, when you handed that album in to Loud Records, what was the initial reaction?
Oh, the reaction, niggas was on my dick. Niggas was loving it, you know? Niggas knew that I had that energy and I had my man with me and we wasn't playing. We was trying to win a ring and we ain't want nothing less than a ring. And I think when we went in the Loud building, it was like, yo, y'all ready? They felt our confidence and they felt our determination. You know, when you come in the room with those two things, confidence and determination, motherfuckers' eyes get bigger. But then at the same time, they was listening to what it was that we was throwing at niggas, and it sounded right. And we in there performing the joints. So it's like we kind of sold it to them without selling it to them, but still sold it. So, you know, when you fuck with a man's confidence and he know that he up, and we was winning already because the Woo was already popping off, Meth had already came out, Old Dirty had already came out, their albums were successful, we was critically acclaimed. It was like we had enough confidence to come in and say, now listen, y'all gonna check out the street version of us right now. Me and Ghost is gonna introduce y'all niggas to shit that y'all never even seen. And that's what we did. And the music spoke for itself. It was just all about coming in and showing niggas a different page that they may have never seen before. And they knew we lived it because it was written on our face from hearing previous records that we did with on 36 Chambers. So seeing niggas and seeing how we get down, looking at us up and down, yo, niggas is wearing Wallabies with sweatpants and wearing Air Maxes with fatigues on. Like, you know, they knew we had a certain kind of charisma that could take it to the next level. And me and Ghost was super confident. We was like, yo, this album is going to crush everything smoking. So that was always our intentions, and we felt we had it when we came in with it.
You have to understand that people, if you're not from New York and you don't know this album changed New York. You can go to people at the top of the game like Jay-Z, anybody. For example, Noriega has been on here listening to this conversation for the entire time. Everybody in New York, this album means a lot to everybody in New York. You initially got four and a half mics from the source.
Right.
Did you feel a little slighted by that?
A little bit, but I was cool with the 4.5 because I knew at the end of the day, it had to be somebody that wasn't really going to get it. That's why the name of the album from the rip was always called Only Built for Cuban Links, because only, you know, so when you saying only, you already know that it's alienating a lot of shit that a lot of motherfuckers may like. So I was cool with the 4.5, but I felt a little raw because I knew it was different. The world knew it was different. And you know, later on, they came back and fixed that problem.
Yeah, they came back and
they blamped us with that other half. I don't know what made them not just give it a full-fledged classic, but at that time we was wild. We was, you know, they might have felt we was feeling our dicks a little too hard. But I knew that this album was authentic. And I was cool with the 4.5.
Well, you have to understand, Doggy Style, they came back and gave Doggy Style 5.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, they've only given a certain amount of albums.
Niggas 5, right.
A posthumous 5. So
right.
that's a major win in any world.
Right.
This tape was one of the tapes that was kind of a part of my younger brother Kendall's formative years. Like, you know, politicking, and then he took it and made it shiny ticking, and he always used to talk about the land, because you know who the kid up in the green land, like, you know, it was so formative for everybody in New York City,
right?
And that album will stand for time. And people, just in case you're just tuning in, we're talking to Raekwon the Chef every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I go live, current events, celebrity interviews. Right after Raekwon gets off, we're going to talk about who are some of the best MCs of all time in your opinion. If you have not followed me yet, follow me at Fatman Scoop. I interview somebody every day. Let's go right to Cuban Links. Striving for Perfection. Tell me about Striving for Perfection. It wasn't even a song. It was a skit. But it's one of the most powerful skits that have ever been put out in hip-hop. What was the story behind it?
It was just trying to get out the hood, Scoop. That's all. Nothing. Just trying to get out and have something to live for. You know, stop trying to have something to die for, but have something to live for. We didn't know if we was going to crack niggas in the head. So it was like, you know how it is. Everything is 50-50 when you from the hood. This shit could work. This shit might not work. So we was smart enough to already know that if it don't work, then that means we didn't put in enough to make it work. So when Ghost was saying shit like, yo, man, I'm just trying to take care of my family, man, and raise my grandkids and all that was real talk, because at the end of the day, like I said, we ain't job niggas. We never been niggas that go out and try to go get a job. Like, I'd rather get on the block and stack some money that way than to sit sit at an office desk and act like I'm listening to somebody, because that's not where I come from. Maybe if I came from that kind of community where I could respect a job and respect a check every week, maybe I might not had that kind of attitude. But I come from, the bottom. So either you make it one this way or you don't make it at all. So that striving perfection was just, yo, man, this shit gotta work, but we gonna think positive and we gonna work hard. And if it don't work, then we in trouble. So
now, was that a one take job, or because it's just the power and energy of it, like it still gives me goosebumps. Was that just y'all just hop in there? What was it?
Yeah, nothing was never sat down and wrote and written out. It was like, yo, go on and do skits, do what y'all want to do. You like it feel good, nigga, give you the peace sign, you out of there. It wasn't never where it was like, yo, we sitting here and yo, write that shit out or whatever. Because if you wrote it out, it wasn't genuine, But if you did it from the heart, it was from the heart. So a lot of shit was just said from the heart.
Incarcerated Scarfaces, one of the hardest records in New York street music ever. What was the story?
I just wanted to write a record for niggas in jail, because I had a couple of homies that I really ran with in the street that went away, and they got hit with some hard time. And Ghost had some homies that was hit with some hard times, and I just didn't want to forget them. I felt like at the end of the day, yo, let me do a record for these niggas personally, so they could feel good about me acknowledging them. When you run with a bunch of crooks and some niggas got caught up, you tend not to forget them. Sometimes a letter is good, but then sometimes some acknowledgement is good. So I wanted to make that record, and I called it Incarcerated Scarfaces, because them niggas had, I know you seen the movie Scarface, so I know that niggas had that mind frame where it's like, yo, either you live to eat, or you got to get it one way or another. And some niggas got trapped off. So I just wanted to have a record that specifically go to niggas that was away. I had a lot of homies. Between three of my homies, they probably, you add those numbers up, they probably had about 45 years. So imagine having 10 homies in there. It's almost 200 years that niggas gave the system. So, and you didn't know if you was going to see them again. So this was my only way to communicate with them and let them know, yo, your brothers right here love you, and this record is dedicated to y'all. Same way a nigga dedicate a record to a female, I'll dedicate a record to niggas in jail.
Two questions about Incarcerated Scarfaces, and everybody's quoting lines. Real niggas bust shots. Peace, Connecticut. I never understood why you said Peace, Connecticut. I was like, I didn't understand what it was, but it sounded fucking amazing. And Mad Police in Manhattan.
Man.
like everybody, everybody loves Real Niggas Bust Shots, Peace, Connecticut. Everybody loved that. Was there a reason that you said Connecticut? I might as well ask now.
I mean, it was a fly line, but at the same time, I've been to Connecticut because, we did a show out there one time, and it was like, it reminded me of where we from. Bunch of wild niggas and shit. Niggas just want to fight and get into shit, and at the same time, it was like, I just felt like Connecticut was the right word to say, and I respected they town. So,
right,
you know what I mean? Real niggas lick shots. Peace, Connecticut. It was just one of those situations where the rhyme just, it felt like that, and I kept it because I've been there before and I know they get down. So it just flew off a nigga tongue.
Two questions. What did you think? What did you think when you first heard that beat? Because when I heard that beat come on, my face twisted up. And number two, you said a line. Now, who's the Black Trump? And would you erase that line if you could now? Did you ever think that we'd wind up not liking Trump?
I wasn't talking about that Trump. I was talking about like a game of cards. Like, you got a Trump hand, you got a Trump hand or whatever. But even now and then I find myself when I be saying that rhyme, it make me think of that nigga. So it's like I start saying other shit, but it never was a rhyme based on that Trump. It was based on, like playing a game of cards. Yeah, like, yo, this is the Trump hand or whatever. You throw that card out or whatever. Yo, I got the hand. So that's what I meant. Guess was the black hand, but yeah, a lot of people might have thought it was Trump.
Okay, but it wasn't. Rainy Days. What was the story behind the creation of Rainy Days? And who was the singer?
Rainy Days, the chick that was singing on there was this chick named Blue Raspberry. I mean, when you think about NWA, they had Michelle A, that girl that could sing her ass off. Me and Ghost always felt like we needed a female singer down with the Wu that had a voice. And we met her one night in Atlantic City. We was out there, we had a show. She came, she pulled up on us or whatever. She was like, yo, I could sing, making a scene and all that. So we like, yeah, you can sing, shorty. Let us hear you. All right, fuck it. Sing. You know what I mean? Now we want, because, she want to sing. So next thing you know, she started singing. You know how niggas close one eye and be like, looking at each other like,
right.
Oh, this bitch could sing. You know what I mean? So next thing you know, we invited her to the studio to really see if she could do it again. So she started blowing, and RZA liked her. We loved her, but RZA liked her. But RZA didn't know what he wanted to put her on. So at that time, me and Ghost always was looking at it like, she'll get better. We don't know what we're going to put her on yet, but keep her around. And that record was the record that we felt we wanted her to get on, and her and RZA started to make a little ballad, make a little melody or whatever. It's raining, and that comes from something. I don't know where it come from, but she didn't actually make that up. That was something that she emulated, and she sounded so good at it. We kept it, and that's just what it was. It was like, yo, you killed it. You made the cut. Thank you. You know what I mean? You definitely down with us. And the record was inspired by, niggas going through tough times in the hood. And you know how it is. Your lady might be like, yo, man, why you doing this shit? They don't understand all the shit that niggas go through. And you know how it is. Yo, chill. Let me do what I got to do. Blah, 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 blah. So the record Rainy Days was just dedicated to real niggas that go through shit with their old lady.
Right, right.
My man is going crazy. My man he acting stupid. I can't control what this nigga thinking or what he want to do.
Right.
And that's what it was. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a hard record. One of my favorites on the Purple. She killed it too. The girl killed it. Blue Raz. Shout out Blue Raz.
She definitely did a thing, and then you had the remix, which was one of my favorite records ever.
Right.
Every time I think about that record, I think about Hampton University. My brother went to school with DJ Envy, and Envy used to be a mixtape DJ at that time.
Right.
Every time, right before it come on, he said, DJ Envy, and that record is still one of my favorite records. Guillotine, the back and forth on Guillotine was immaculate for you guys. Like, it was perfection. Did you guys write it together? What was that about?
Well, if you go back to listening to Method Man's album To Cal, he used that beat as a skit. RZA used it as a skit. It was almost like it was a little bit of it. And ever since I was listening to Meth album, I always told RZA, yo, that skit, I want you to make a beat out of that skit. Because I felt like it was some real Wu-Tang shit. I felt like it was something that people should have heard the beat more than just hear that little piece of it. So he was like, word, you want that? I was like, yeah, I want that. You know what I mean? At that time, I had a lot of control over what I wanted on this record, and I was picking beats. I was already hunting for beats that been around that we had that I was tucking. I was tucking a lot of shit. So while this man had his grab bag, I had my little shopping bag. Ghost had his little shopping bag. So that beat was one of the beats that I picked because I heard it off of Meth's album as a skit. So when it came down to getting on it, it was like I went right to my nigga. I went right to Scottie Pippen. Deck, yo, Deck, I want you to go first. Melt it. You know what I mean? And Ghost, he was already in his bag. Ghost was fucking on fire with his rhymes back then. Like I told you, he's my favorite rapper. And he went in and touched it. Then after that, it was like everybody just touched. You know what I mean? It was like touch, touch, touch. You know, Jizza got on it, sealed it off. You know, I threw my little shit on there, and it was a record. RZA put a little shit on it, school, Wu-Tang School. You know, forgive me and all that.
I'm trying to go through these real quick because I don't want to keep you here forever, but because I got so many questions. Listen, people, the whole album, we could go through this whole album. There are no filler cuts on this album. This album's fire. Can it be also simple remix? The intro, how did that happen? Because that's another good one. And the second question I want to ask, in the skit, the dude y'all approached sounded like Prodigy to me. Was that Prodigy on that skit?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, that was some homies from the label that we needed a voice to play over these skits or whatever. You know, the skit was just a real life skit. Shit like that be happening in the hood. Niggas approach niggas and it go the other way. You think you too tough, or a nigga might have you in the bag. You thinking you have another nigga in the bag, and you wind up being in the bag. So that's what that skit was about. It's like, yo, don't underestimate, you know, the other side. And you know, Ghost started to give y'all real life facts about what he wrote about, because whatever he was writing, he was dwelling back on what he been through, because Ghost got shot in the neck before. So he kind of went back to where he got shot. Check what happened out of state. I'm knocking off a half a cake. All that shit is real shit. Cash roof flying. I smoked the black dust, kept my hands clutched. Back then in the hood, if you had a handful of rings, because that's how the Jamaican niggas was living in the hood, you know, nigga have a ring on every finger on the thumb, and we used to, you know, I want to eat that nigga, but that nigga might kill you. You try to get at him. So, you know, he was just putting certain things in there that we could relate to from being in Staten Island, and, you know, plus his true life event that happened in his shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's another record that was dope, and that was the kickback remix off of Can It Be Also Simple. So back then, remixes was big, so we knew that, yo, fuck it. We did Can It Be So Simple on Into the 36. Fuck it, let's remix it and remix it on the Purple joint, Cuban Links.
And then he just said, wait, continue carry your fo, nigga. And then he said the dedicated hook. Who came up with the dedicated hook? Dedicated to the gods and the earth. Dedicated to baby's 8 feet first.
Oh, we both was bouncing off each other. You know what I mean? When me and Ghost write sometimes, you know, I might write something and then he get inspired by the next couple of bars. Like, we wanted everybody to know that we was making this album collectively. It wasn't just one man's thought. You know what I mean? Even though it was my album and I had a full vision, I always felt like I was sharing I was sharing my sandwich with my brother. So when it came down to certain rhymes, it was like, yo, we gonna flip it back and forth. Dedicated to babies who came feet first. Dedicated to up north, downstate. Yo, you say what else? Dedicated to rich niggas who sell weight. Dedicated to projects, black kids. Dedicated to, you know what I mean? Like, we was just playing tag, you know, just seesawing.
It's perfection. Verbal intercourse with Nas.
Ding, 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 ding,
I mean, were y'all in the same session? Were y'all all sitting writing that together?
Yeah, that
how
one.
How do you sit in this? Everybody had to be ripping their papers up. You talk, man.
Hey, yo, listen, you know what I mean? Back then, you know, me and Ghost super big fans of Nas. You know, because Nas came out a year before us, and me and Ghost had our eye on him because it was like, yo, we always about New York rap niggas anyway. It's like, if you got it, you got it. We seen something in this kid at a young time, and we kind of felt like we knew him. Me, why I really liked him is not only because he was clever, but me and him wore the same hats. You know, he wore the camouflage hat and he wore the fedora. I call those hats years of experience hats. So I had those same two hats on and protect your neck, and he had those same two hats on when he did the song Halftime. So I'm listening to this nigga. I'm like, yo, this little nigga right here is something. Like, you know, so me and Ghost already had him on our radar, and somehow, later on down the line, we connected one day at a show, and it was like, you know how it is. You see a nigga that you respect and you love, and you excited to meet him. It was like we all was excited. He was excited to see us. We was excited to see him because we was on the same card. Man, got cool. Yo, exchange numbers. Yo, nigga, I'm coming to your hood, nigga. Come to the bridge. Come fuck with you. Yo, come through. Or whatever, and vice versa. So he came to my hood. I came to his hood. And one thing led to another. We became close and shit. You know, and it was really the Mobb Deep at the same time, too. We all was in the same, we was all on the same planet at that time. And all of us was coming up. And I always like Queens niggas rhymes. I don't know, for some reason it was just like Brooklyn niggas was doing their thing, but I was so tired of the whole Brooklyn that it was like it felt refreshing to hear some niggas from Queens get busy. So Queens niggas became niggas that I kept on my radar. But Nas specifically was a dude that we felt was ahead of his time. He was a one-man army. Me and Ghost would talk about him like, yo, you heard that One Love shit? Because you know that One Love shit was leaking. Certain records was leaking that we never got a chance to hear his whole body of work. So when we heard that One Love shit, it was like, yeah, this nigga's one of us. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of nigga. But anyway, like I said, me and Nas became inseparable on friendship level. Come chill, come at the crib. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, I told him, say, yo, nigga, you know, me and Ghost is going to handle this album with the clan, but I don't really want no features, but the only feature I want is you, nigga. So he was like, for real? I was like, nigga, I want you on this joint. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know exactly what joint it was going to be yet, but at the end of the day, I knew that we was going to carve something out special for him to make his appearance. And, you know, RZA, he already knew that we was fucking with Nas on that level. So he was like, yo, time to come to the crib or whatever. Yo, make it pop. So I invited him to come out to Staten Island one time, and he pulled up. This is back in the GS Lexus era. He pulled up in a fly gold joint. You know what I mean? At that time, I think I was rocking the SC 400 or something. I had the coupe. This is when the whole bubble shit was starting to happen with the cars and all that. So he came to my projects first. Had him in a Chinese restaurant with us. Niggas is ordering wings and French fries and fried rice, and niggas is scrambling. And I had to show him that we come from the same shit you come from, because when I was in his neighborhood, he taking me in certain sections that I knew it was real on his side. So he's seeing the movement, he's seeing what's going on, got him out of there real quick. Cause you know, when a nigga comes see you from out of town, you feel responsible. Like, let me not let nothing happen around this nigga because this my nigga. So after that, we shot the RZA's crib, which was on the other side of the island. He sat back. I played him the album. He damn near fainted. You know what I mean? Then he heard the beat, and we was like, yo, nigga, this the joint. This what we want you on. So at that time, Ghost didn't make it there. I think Ghost came when he started to come in the booth and vibe out for a little bit. And Ghost just walked in the room and shit, dapped him up. Yo, what up, nigga? Yo, yeah. And next thing you know, Nas was just in there just fucking around, throwing verses around. So he didn't really actually carve his verse out for this particular record, because this was the first time he heard it. Back then, niggas wasn't doing all that, yo, send me the beat and all this shit. Niggas like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna come and see what you got from there, and then we gonna go from there. 100%. So at the end of the day, he loved the beat. He went in there and started shooting some blanks. You know what I mean? We was looking at him, we was like, but then when he came with that through the lights, cameras in action, it was like, me and Ghost looked at each other like, that's it. Looked at Nas, that's it. So he stopped. And then he looked at it and said, yo, y'all like that shit? We was like, we love that shit. That's it. And then he went in there, he took his time and blew it down. And we was like, yo, after that, I went in there and wrote my rhyme. You know, I'm a quick writer. So I just love the fact that he went in there and displayed his gangster on it real quick. And I just came and followed up. And then Ghost came and followed up after me. And it was a record after that.
Yeah, it's simple. Final one. Because there's so many. There's no album. We could do Wu Gambit. We could be here forever doing this. Ice Cream. Who came up with the concept? Was that your idea of a commercial record? And how did that change women's idea of you?
I mean, at that time, RZA was always telling us like, "Yo, man, y'all niggas got all these criminal style records."
Hold on, y'all. Just wait for him. On the last song.
You hear me?
Okay,
Back?
yeah, I didn't hear you. You back? Go ahead.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, RZA was like, "Yo, y'all got too many, jungle type of rhymes on there. We need something. We need something for the female perspective." So at that time, me and Ghost was like, "Yo, we ain't really making this album for the women, but at the end of the day, we respect what he said because we did have a lot of female followers, at that time. Meth was the Michael Jackson of the crew, so we knew that we had an audience of girls liking us. So we all agreed, like, yo, all right, yeah, we better have at least one for the ladies, So next thing you know, the beat RZA had sound like an ice cream type of beat. If you listen to the beat itself, and see, one thing I'm gonna do, School, I'm gonna tell you, I'm working on a documentary, so I'm gonna really give you the facts, and the doc, but I'm giving you a little bit right now. But anyway, the beat sounded like.
You know I'm gonna be the first online for that. You know that, right?
Of course.
Okay, so just keep talking.
So anyway, you know what I mean? The beat sounded like an ice cream truck. It sounded like you could have heard that on the ice cream truck. So we still ain't have a name for it yet, but we knew that might have been the closest, softest, but fly shit that's gonna make the album. So when it came down to the hook, I'm not Captain Hook. I don't really fuck with hooks like that, So at the end of the day, Meth was there. He was in the room. Yo, Meth, handle that. Meth handled it. Yo, watch these rap niggas get all up in your guts. He came with it. You know what I mean? Go set it off, your honey dip, summertime, fine jury. So we knew that the rhyme was going to be something catered to the females based on the fact of the hook made so much sense. I thought it was a clever hook. Everybody in the crew thought it was a clever hook. And at that time, Meth was making a lot of hooks. Like he made the what's the name? Roll, I'm gonna give it to you hook. The what's the name of that joint again? He put it like this. He was making a lot of hooks. He made the Cashews, Everything Around Me hook. So he was Captain Hook back then. I call him Captain Hook. So yeah, he came with the perfect hook, and we sealed it off with a kiss after that. And we had our girl record. And that record wound up being one of the top records that I slept on. I ain't gonna front, I slept on it. I knew it was a dope record, but I slept on it. I didn't think it would be one of the outstanding joints that would really highlight the album, but it did its thing.
It damn sure did its thing. I'm gonna leave you on this note. I have a list of top 50 MCs. You're on it. I'm gonna run it down for you. I'm gonna run it down for you, and I just want you because
to give my opinion.
I want you to give your opinion, or you can tell me some of the rappers that you think are the best ever. It starts like this.
Hold up. Before you start, right? Because I want you to know I come from a certain school, right? So if you're not starting from the school before us, I'm gonna challenge you. So be careful, because I'm gonna give it to you real. I'm gonna keep it on it.
Only 4 people. There's only 4 people that are in order. The rest is in no particular order. Okay. Number 1, Rakim. Number 2, Cool G Rap. Number 3, Big Daddy Kane. Number 4, LL. In no particular order. Lord Finesse.
That's no particular order, right?
No. 1 through 4 is in order. 1 through 4. Rakim is number 1.
Okay.
Cool G Rap is number 2.
That's not a bad order.
Okay. Big Daddy Kane is number 3, but technically, Cool G and Big Daddy Kane they're so close I can't say 2 or 3. So I might just put them together.
Put it like this. Yeah, where you at? That's where I'm at with it. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Rakim, let's say Cool G and Kane are number 2 together. 3 is LL. After this, I couldn't put it in order because I just didn't. It's too hard to. It's too hard. So this is in no particular order. Lord Finesse, Nas, Black Thought, Fabulous, Jadakiss, Slick Rick, Fred the Godson, Raekwon, and Ghostface together. Because you and Ghost are like Cool G and Kane to me. I can't separate it. I can't do it. Biggie, Jay-Z, Melly Mel, KRS, Lloyd Banks, Big L, Prodigy, Eminem, Drake, Run DMC, Beanie Siegel, Grand Poobah, Ice Cube, Meth and Red together, Chuck D, Q-Tip, Lil Wayne, Kumo D, Grandmaster Caz, Bun B, Big Pun, DMX, Inspector Deck, Joel Ortiz, Busta Rhymes, Kendrick Lamar, Common. I put Das Effects on there as one person. J. Cole, Tretch, The Game, EPMD, Snoop Dogg, Cameron, Mace, DOC, Papoose, CO Smooth, Lupe Fiasco, E40, T.I., Most Definitely Talib, Scarface, Tupac, Andre 3000, and Kanye West.
That's decent.
What do you have? What do you have for me?
What you want to test?
Who's the rappers that you look up to? Who's the rappers that were the dopest to you?
You said a lot of winners though. You said a lot of winners. A lot of. Put it like this, Scoop. I can't really nail it to the coffin the way you might want me to. But
no, I don't want it like that. I just
that's your swing. You said all my heroes. You said them. I mean, you ain't got the jizz up there. And I'm not just singling out my niggas though, but the jizz is incredible. Like I probably would have knocked off maybe three that you picked and put the jizz up there.
Hold on one second, Ray. Nori, I'm coming to you for Music Monday, so you better have your list together. Nori, you are in the list of groups with CNN, Raekwon and Ghostface, EPMD, Run DMC. We could go through this, bro. I'm gonna call you. Yo, Nori, send me a DM, man, because I don't even have your new number. So send me a DM. Go ahead, keep going, bro. I put a list of women together too, but we'll get to that after Ray get off.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is that I give you a list. I give you a list of 90.
So you think I miss people? Yeah. I missed the Jizza. Who else did I miss?
You put Snoop up there?
Yes, I put Snoop up here. Now, hold on, Ray. There's also two different lists as well. There's a list with Impact, where Tupac is on there, Snoop is on there. Like there's two different lists that I have that I'm judging it by. But is there anybody that you really think other than Jizza that I missed?
You put AZ up there? You put AZ up there?
Shit, I fucked AZ. I fucked him.
Hold on, super clever rap.
Tiana. See, this is what happens when you can never get everybody. Hold on.
You can never get everybody. Listen, at the end of the day, it's like that's But like I said, I'll give you a list. You said KRS One because I'm looking at the comments and people is keeping it a buck too, and it's still a lot. It's still a few more, man. You went in though. I ain't gonna front. You went in because I want to think about you went in, Scoop. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's still a few more, man. It's still a few more, bro. But I'm gonna give you your list of 90.
When you get them, I'd like you to just send me a DM with them because I respect your opinion. You know I respect your pen. You know I respect your opinion. You know that if you say it, I'm gonna listen to it, and
I'm just
go back
glad you got
to an
me. I'm just
investigation.
glad you got me in there, bro. That's all. I mean, if I land that fucking 48, nigga, I'm happy. So
shit, hold on.
You know, my thing is, I mean, it's still so many G's, man, that I think is missing. And you know, when you sit there, when you think about that list, for you to come with that list, I know that because you said, see, my thing is mention the niggas that come before us, because if you ain't mentioning niggas that come before us, your list is ludicrous to me.
No good, no good.
So I'm happy that you shot those off. And Slick Rick your 5 need to be, because that's my top 5. Your 4 and Slick Rick, that's my top 5.
Your top 5 is Rakim, Cool G, Kane, LL, and Slick Rick.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and what's the name? Oh, I gotta put one more up there. KRS-One.
KRS. I'll put that down. KRS.
Well, I got top 6, so that's just my max right there. But
it's hard. It's hard to get all.
It's definitely hard.
It's hard, man. It's hard. So Ray, yo, listen. You spent a lot of time with me on this. I love you for it. You always know that I'm there for you. You called me to do a record. I came down right on the spot. Here, let's get it done.
You one of those guys. You know that. You know that.
You have always been one of my guys, man. I love you. Is there anything that you want to say to everybody before you leave?
Nah, I just want to say, yo, man, keep supporting Fatman Scoop and keep supporting me and my crew, and get ready. We got a lot of things lined up for y'all. And yo, you said Cube too? You said Ice Cube?
Yes, I said Ice Cube.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm reading the comments too. It's like, don't be, but shout out to everybody we missed, because like he said, we can't get everybody, and I know damn sure I can't get everybody, but just much love, man. Everybody stay safe. Thanks for having me in your top 50. And yo, I got some treats lined up for y'all. We working on that Purple Tape documentary. Get ready. Love y'all, man. And like I said to the fans, man, yo, man, do your thing. You put Rick Ross in there. You put Rick Ross in there. You put DMX in there.
Now, hold on now. Now, hold on. I like Ross. And I listen. I think Ross is excellent. I didn't put him in that list. Now, if you want to talk about albums, if you want to talk about impact, if you want to talk about something that I listened to during the coronavirus,
I would probably
myself.
Some of the dudes that you picked, I think Ross would have fit in there perfectly if you picked some of the dudes.
Come on, listen. No.
I ain't gonna say no names, because if I start saying names, I could become a villain, and I don't want to become a villain. I'm just happy that I made it on your list, bro. That's your list. That's Fatman Scoop's list. That ain't the chef's list. That's Fatman Scoop list.
Okay, but listen.
But your top 5, your top 6 is my tops. Your top 4 is my top 4.
See, here's the thing. I love. See, it's too many. It's too many.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You know you starting a war, nigga. Like, you got to be meticulous when you saying these shit. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of niggas that get busy, man. A lot of niggas that you might have said, I might know a couple of other niggas that could get busy like that too, because it ain't really always about the album. You got to look at the clever. Right. I'm a clever.
No, that's what I did it on lyrics. I did it on what I thought lyrics were. This was lyrical. Now, there's so many other people that have dope mic presence, stuff like that. I didn't add them, but I'm talking about lyrics, man. Rick Ross, facts, is one of my favorite rappers, but I was just talking about shit that make me go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, that is where I was judging it from.
Got you. That's fair. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, everybody may not, it might be another list that everybody be like, yo, we both bugging the fuck out. And we gotta hear that out too. But now, like I said, I'm giving you a 90 on your test, bro.
Right. See,
I'm looking for 100 though. I'm 100 nigga, but a 90 ain't a bad fucking.
Let me say something to everybody on here. As soon as Ray gets off, you'll have your opportunity to come in. Mace was nasty with lyrics. He was nasty. Go back and listen to what he said. People, by the way, Follow me at Fatman Scoop, because every night I do celebrity interviews. I do all of this kind of stuff. We have the topic of the day and more. So follow me at Fatman Scoop. Ray, I want to thank you for coming through. The topic right after Ray leaves is, who are some of your best MCs of all time in your opinion? I'll catch you later, Ray. Be safe.
Love y'all. Peace. Peace. Salute.
Peace.